This is your daily briefing, and you're most welcome to it, of course. Mainly transfer stuff this time around. Red Bull Leipzig and Austrian midfielder Konrad Laimer, 24, is a target for Tottenham, Liverpool and Bayern Munich, and that's according to Kicker over in Germany, who are pretty good on the whole. Spurs, Leeds and Fulham are interested in Derby's 18-year-old winger Malcolm Ebuie. That comes from The Sun. The Times beggars belief this. Meanwhile, Ajax will reignite their interest in Steven Bergwijn after the forward said he was open to leaving Tottenham. He actually said he was open to going back to Ajax in a very clear and simple, one-line quote. And I see no reason why you'd want to pay a subscription to then click on something and the only thing you could possibly learn is that they've made a spelling mistake or got the date wrong. Very curious business. Fabrizio Romano, Antonio Conte wants to lead a big revolution at Tottenham this summer. Spurs will do their best to keep the Italian at the club. Two thoughts here. One is we know what that means, and that means that he will want money to buy decent players. I think he's up to his ears in prospects. And the second is there is a boomerang travelling at very slow speed with a stick of dynamite attached to it, and that's Tanguy Ndombele. He's kind of like not doing as many minutes as he should be in France, and if that doesn't work out, I can't see anybody else queuing up around the block to have a go on him next season, and I can see him coming back to Spurs, and he's going to be very expensive, and no due diligence. That's what went on there. This is the exact opposite. This is very good due diligence here from Thor Haugstad, who tells us a little known fact that if you take out the penalties, then Sonny is the Premier League's top goal scorer since September 2020. So across 2 seasons, 35 goals, pretty sexy. Dejan Kulusevski, a memorable outing. A great performance against the Foxes. He got 38 minutes. And what's curious here is that what was Antonio Conte's thinking before the game? We know what Moura can do. As discussed before, we had those moments of magic against Ajax all that time ago, and it was a long time ago, but he's never really replicated it since. And the Swede was sat there on the bench when he sent Moura out for the second half. So a curious in-game management thought process as well. But you can see from the numbers there, boy done good. Charlie Eccleshare for the Athletic. Son Heung-Min, the Premier League's best two-footed sharpshooter. Yeah, great. But you've told us everything. I'm all for, headlines that aren't deceptive. But why would I have a subscription for this? This is the sort of material that you'd expect to come out in a book after the guy's finished his playing career. Just beats me. Tottenham will officially bid for João Palahina at the end of the month, and that comes from Journal Noticias. Who knows? Great. Okay, wonderful. Thomas Frank believes Brentford have a very good chance of keeping Christian Eriksen at the club beyond this season, despite interest from other clubs, and that comes from Sports, Pito and others. I'm not sure there is much of a queue for Eriksen. He could do a job for us. He could do a job for lots of people. He led us a merry dance before he left Spurs. I would be amazed, despite all the sort of soft soap and let me call you Chris, we got from Daniel Levy in the Amazon Prime documentary. I'm not sure Spurs would be in a hurry to bring the boy back. Eriksen, if I was him, he's doing quite well at Brentford. Yeah. They're a decent fan base, not a bad part of the world to ply or trade, has to be said. I'd stay there. Tottenham continue to stay interested in Lautaro Martinez this summer. Inter want around 60 to 70 million, and the player wants Champions League football. It comes from Gary Jacob. That's the Times again. They seem to be struggling to get an angle, to get a little bit of purchase in the football article publishing world. But that's show business. And I'll leave you with this. This is the killer. Spurs will now consider loan moves for Alfie Devine for next season, as they do not wish to hold back his progress, and the player also believed to be pushing for a loan spell to build on his development. I was only saying to the wife the other night, I really wish Tottenham would stop holding back the progress of Alfie Giovani. Yeah, it might be that he's not good enough. Who knows? Still young. You know, I'm not, you know, piling on the guy, but all this business of they've got to be loaned to enhance them, say like with Skip, but this business of staying around forever, lurking in the shadows, and I think there's a little bit of a twist, a little bit of a disinformation on the fact that we get these guys turn up on the bench occasionally and people go, oh, well, you know, you must be, Conte hasn't got anybody else. That's the truth. They don't get any minutes. That's your lot. Good luck. Keep it on.